Hello, welcome back to another video. I'm Quasi on board. Today we're doing the Slow Rush by Tame Impala. Track list overall looks pretty good. I was also told to do, there's like some extra tracks that were left off the original album that came out a couple years later. So we'll do those as well. I think it's like 3. But yeah, let's get into it. The first track is One More Year.
Talking about where we're gonna be. One more year.
drums I really like on this.
One more year.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's the first track. I really liked it. The theme of, I don't know if, I mean, I guess we'll see as the album goes, but I'm not sure exactly what the theme of time will be here. But I kind of grasped almost a little bit right now. It seems to be more so, just aging and almost like, I don't know if it's a sense of time slipping away. That's what I'm trying to like pick up on, I think, right now with the lyrics. But I'm getting that from, not only the song title but just like the idea of, when people are getting older and they might have things they planned on doing that they haven't done yet, and almost like a mantra maybe. The idea of saying like one more year, just maybe one more year to figure things out, things like that. That's kind of what I was getting, but I'm not exactly sure yet. We'll see as the album goes. But yeah, I really liked it. I liked kind of the almost hypnotic loop with what's that Vocaloid? I don't even know what the I don't even know what you would call that, chanting or whatever that was. I like the drums on this one. Kind of dry a little bit and tight drum patterns. It was nice. And yeah, those, I guess I'll just call them chants. I don't know exactly what they were, but it added a really interesting texture to the production here, overall in the percussions. But yeah, I like that one. Let's get to track 2. It's been dead for me. Okay, it's picking up. I like this.
Traffic doesn't seem quite as annoying. Quite alright. Quite alright. Sitting here, yes, reminiscent. I think this is different. I know this is different. Let's call something permanent. Just so we know we can. I'm about to do something
Nice. I like how warm the bass is. It's really groovy, like a dance groove almost.
Let's
was a really vibrant lushness almost to the synths arpeggios on this. Overall, so far that one was like, I don't know, it was really warm and bright and almost, I don't know how to explain. And then with the lyrics, like there was a lot of lyrics about love in there, but it sounded almost impulsive a little bit. It was a really perfect blend of like really warm and vibrant sounds overall. Lent themselves very well, and honestly, I'd say overall this track felt a lot more energetic than the first one. Really like bright and light mood overall, I feel, for this track. I'm honestly very interested to see if it keeps that tone or if it's gonna get darker as we go. That'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, so far, yeah, I really like this one. I feel like this will probably be one of the ones I really liked how groovy overall the sound was for this one. Almost like I said earlier, like almost like dancing grooves I got from that. Track 3, Borderline. I really like the drums. It's like simple, but self-doubt in here. what a strong bass line. I feel like that kind of helped carry everything forward for the most part. Really bright tones again. I think there was like a pinch of melancholy in here though, and a little sadness. And I think a lot of that came through Kevin's own vocals. And on top of that, the lyrics themselves, especially in the hook, there's a lot of almost, I think, seeds of like self doubt, maybe like imposter syndrome in there a little bit. But like he was asking a lot of questions, and a lot of the answers to those questions, truly he would have to find from in himself. Like a lot of those questions aren't things that other people can answer for him necessarily. They're things that he kind of has to search for himself and deal with himself. So it's really interesting. And also there was like some like confusion about direction in life, where he belongs, identity. So that was interesting. Pretty interesting themes in this track. I'm just waiting to see how a lot more of this stuff connects. I think I'm starting to get a little bit of an idea, but I think I know we just need to get like through more tracks to start to see that like the narrative pushed more. But yeah, I really like that one. Really catchy, really bouncy bass groove on this one, and like the synths on this track I liked as well. But yeah, overall, I really like the bass on this, and the drums were nice. It was like a little simpler pattern, but it was nice. Track 4, Posthumous Forgiveness. Interesting title.
Ever since I was a small boy, no one else compared to you, no way. I always thought heroes stay close whenever troubled times arise.
What a shift. Okay.
You were running for cover, doing like any other, falling out with a lover. You didn't know that I suffered. What a thing to discover. There was time to recover, one-on-one with each other. Just a boy and a father. What I'd give for another. Everything that I had. Couldn't need us for long. Never speak of the time that you
Those
left
drums
us
are
alone.
tied on this. Nice.
Live on our own. Wanna tell you about the time. Wanna tell you about my life. Wanna play all my songs.
Yeah, drums really picking up here.
Wanna tell you about the time I was in every road. All the time that I had. Mick Jagger on the phone. I thought of you when you spoke. Wanna tell you about the time. Wanna tell you about my life. Wanna play all my songs. Hear your voice sing along. I wanna say it's alright. Just a man after all. And I know you have demons. I got some of my own. Think you passed them alone. Wanna tell you about the time. Wanna tell you about my life. Wanna play all my songs. And hear your voice sing along.
Was he talking about his dad? Man. Oh, okay. That one had like a 2-act structure. I guess it was like 2 parts. Man, the second part, I really like how it built to the second part. Oh my gosh, the drums on the second part is probably my favorite section of the album so far. It was really powerful. Yeah, the lyrics here really cut deep, I feel. Talking about his relationship with his father. I feel like, I don't know, this sounds almost like either, just like crying out to, like for that connection or healing, but I don't know if there was unresolved resentment here, but there's definitely a lot that it seems he wished he could have said while he was still alive. It was giving off a lot of that in terms of him talking about like wishing he had more time and wishing that like all these things that he could like physically see or hear his father like still be able to do as it relates to both his music and just life in general. So yeah, that to me cut deep. I feel like that was really emotional. That was probably the biggest emotional beat of the album so far, to me at least. The first half was a little slower, the aching vocals, swirling synths in a sense, but overall, I'd say the midpoint it started to blossom, and then the final part really started hammering home a lot of the grief, and I don't even know if he really accepts what's happened at this point yet, but a lot of it's just floating out there, and a lot of the messages and the sound overall. I could really feel it was interesting because so far there's been a lot of warmth, I feel like, in a lot of the melodies and the percussions, stuff in general. I feel like there's been a lot of like bouncier, warmer sounds overall to this album, but I really felt a lot of the sadness and weight of it all here, even though some like warm tones I feel like were still being used. I could really feel that this was like a sadder section in that, especially the second half. The first half, it sounded almost tragic in a sense for a little bit. And I also got like almost a a desert vibe with the sounds, especially on this song so far. I feel like this one has like meshed really well with like the album art and what I would assume to be like the imagination in terms of imagery of what he's going for with the narrative and the sound overall. I felt like it really matched here really well. Yeah, definitely my favorite track so far. I really like that one. Next track, yeah, that was really good. Breathe deeper. I like the keys already that I heard. I like the piano on this a lot. Okay. This is the grooviest song so far, for sure. What the? Nice. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. Oh my gosh, dude, that was sick. Especially at the end. Wow. Okay. A really, really, really groovy track here. The bass line and like the drums reminded me of disco, like disco music. Really danceable for sure. Really bright piano chords on this. That end section too with the like the synth wave and the guitar. Ah, that was like really euphoric. It was so cool. Um, and I think the lyrics here were like almost like relaxing and calming in a sense, you know. Uh, wow. Oh my gosh, this I can only imagine what this sounds like live. That was amazing. The last minute was incredible. Uh, Man, I don't know if this might be my favorite right now. This might be in the favorite spot, but Posthumous Forgiveness was really good. So that's gonna be hard. That's a hard choice between those two. Those two back to back is crazy. The easily like the standouts for me so far. Oh, that was wow. Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. Let's get to track 6, I think. Tomorrow's Dust. That's powerful.
There's no use trying to relate to that old song. And no use finding the time if the bell is tolled. I was blind by your memory, like it's someone else, like it wasn't me. And there's every chance I'll be learning fast, and the day will come, and then it will pass. Sympathy for the fall now, fragile like insomnia, and I see getting warmer, and I stay round the corner. I try, I do the same, slow runs. And in the air of today is tomorrow's dust.
What was that? The guitar plugs on this, and the I guess the dry percussion as well. It gave like almost a drifting, swooning atmosphere, I would say. The synth pads were going almost in waves on this track. A lot of like soft edged instrumentation overall, and I don't know, like especially with the lyrics as well. I got a lot of, the idea of memories fading, or like, you just time moving on, just like everything going and just leaving the next day behind. Seeing, the present turn into old memories and dissolve. The impermanence of everything. Really reflective track. I really enjoyed that one. Probably one of the better tracks so far. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. The run of the most recent tracks have been really good. I really like, and even that like almost like string section at the end before the, I guess, vocal recording from, it sounded like one of the studio sessions for Breathe Deeper. I couldn't really make out what the woman was saying, but yeah, I think that was like one of the purest songs so far in terms of clearly communicating an idea. I think the last three, the two before this one, were my favorite so far for sure. But this one I really enjoyed for how it was tackling its theme, which was really cool. And I'm getting a better idea of overall the theme of time in this album. Next track, I think 7 now? On track. Track 7.
I close my front door and turn on the light. I let out a breath and hold in a sigh. Ain't nothing new, ain't that much inside. And if I'm counting days, dream fruition ain't what it's looking like. But strictly speaking, I'm still on track. Strictly speaking, I'm holding on. What on your mind, I said. But strictly speaking, I'm still on track. And all of my dreams are still inside. Strictly speaking, I've got my whole life. I lost the wheel a while back. But strictly speaking, I'm still on track. Driving is forward in my life. Strung out again, but still on track. I know it's unrealistic, over optimistic. I know I tried before this. I know it's nearly August. I know I can't ignore this. Looking forward to all this. Saying, babe, I just adore this. And babe, can we afford this? I know it's gonna slow you. Nothing much to show you. I didn't really go for it, so not a lot to show for it. The hardest part is over. I just can't reach it slower. So glad you're coming over. I want to bring us closer. The world ain't waiting for you. Nothing to lose, it's over. We're just gonna settle over. The rest comes easy. The rest comes easy. But strictly speaking, I'm still on track. Strictly speaking, I'm holding back. Troubles keep falling in my lap. Yeah, but strictly speaking, I'm still on track. So tell everyone I'll be alright. 'Cause strictly speaking, I've got my whole life. One of the major
That was that track felt almost like a pep talk, a little bit. Um, I got it. I got like a feeling almost of hope, and like that there's like more on the horizon, almost. So I really enjoyed that. I like how it started, and then when the drums came in and everything, I started feeling like the progression. It just felt really hopeful overall, which was really interesting. Just instrumentally too, like not even just with the lyrics, but like the instruments as well. Like it gave off that sense of hope to me. And I like how he was letting silence breathe between lines a lot, especially with the production as well. And a lot of the chord progression on this felt fragile in a sense as well, but very hopeful. There was a lot of optimism in this track for me so far. So yeah, that one was really good. I really enjoyed that. Wow, yeah, the run of like the last like four tracks have been really good because that one was really good. I really liked how a lot of it was built around the piano on that track as well. So that was really nice. We're on track 8. Lost in Yesterday. I think I might have messed it up with the pause there. Make sure I get this right, just so it's not. Does that work? Or do I go? Let me go back and then go back here. There we go. Okay. Lost in Yesterday, track 8.
When we were living in squalor, wasn't it heaven? Back when we used to get on it 4 out of 7. Now even though that was the time I hated
interesting take on I would guess like past or like nostalgia in a sense. Um, Really groovy guitars on this for me. That was like the first thing I noticed almost immediately that I think really caught my ear and my ear kind of like gravitated towards the whole time. Was definitely the bass line was really groovy, really funky. Um, the synths on this were a little more trippy. Um, I'm starting to like hear a lot. I've heard a lot of dance inspired music, like disco and like funk. But yeah, a lot of like tracks that I feel like are really clear nods to. I guess I would say like retro funk on this. I've gotten a lot of that so far. But yeah, I like this one. This one was good. Not my favorite so far, but I really like how the message is going with the time theme, and it's just like slowly like giving me like a clear idea of what he's going for. But yeah, really interesting with the infectious funk throughout a lot of the album so far. Really, a lot of really cool moments with that musically overall. It's been really like fun to listen to. We're on track 9 now. Is it true? Yeah, see, like, here we go again. Like, really electronic, bouncy.
We were hanging in the morning, feeling all different kinds of things. We were talking about everything, from the past to the happening. We started talking about devotion, the kind that goes on eternally. And I tell her I'm in love with her, but how can I know that I'll always be? She just said, is it true? Is it true? Tell me now. It's a promise I can't make, and I won't let it be. Was I in some kind of mood? I don't know, I don't care. I was sleeping in my room. Here I am, back again. She's in my I was happy just listening, no intention to be mentioning. We started talking about the future, not the notion I was motioning. I'm just so terrified to face up, like any moment I wake up, 'cause she's the only thing I think of. I told my mother that I love her. She just said, is it true? Is it true? Tell me now. It's a promise I can't make, and I won't let it be. Was I being immature? I don't know, I don't care. Now I'm sleeping in my room. Here I am, back again. She's in my I said we'll see, we'll see.
I like how he's using the bass on this one a lot. Okay. That second part I really like. Overall, really catchy. Electronic pulse to this track. I got almost a lot of like warm synthetic sound. I don't want to say lo-fi because it wasn't really like heavily lo-fi, but I felt a little bit of those elements here. I would say, which is interesting. You know, really bright, airy structure overall. I liked how the lyrics were kind of giving off an idea of, are those doubts about his own feelings genuine or fleeting in the moment? And even though the tone was really light overall, I think there was almost a little insecurity in there as well, which was a nice, interesting layer to something that seems so casual and passing when you're listening to it. One of the better, I think, melodies of the whole album so far. I really liked it. It was really catchy, and that like end section was really cool too. I'm really wondering where it's gonna go from here though, because it was an interesting little shift, tonally. Track 10, I think. We're more than halfway for sure. It might be time. Interesting. Go.
Something doesn't feel right. That's enough for one night. Hope you get home alright. There I go, blaming on the weather. But hey,
Nice.
there's nothing wrong.
That's sick.
I'm only tired of all these voices. Always saying nothing lasts forever.
No, this is cool. I like it.
It might be time to face it. It ain't as fun as it used to be. No, you're going on. You ain't as young as you used to be. It might be time to face it. You ain't as cool as you used to be. You wanna come on. You ain't as young as you used to be. It might be time to face it.
Nah, this is sick. Sick.
It might be time to face it. I've been lost before, so tell me it's not over. 'Cause I'm finding
it there. Probably the boldest song on the album so far. Easily a favorite. Easily one of my favorites. Man, the way the drum fills were so chaotic on this, and the synth stabs, especially in that end section, the distorted low end, it had that spiraling feeling of, like a really anxious, unstable nature. Definitely intentional. Really abrupt transitions. Man, and the lyrics, he was having like a self-reckoning, like having to like realize you're growing older, and you're maybe you're losing some of the things that used to brightly characterize you in a sense, old habits, someone really confronting how much they're changing, and man, really like manic, frustrated moods, like real self-honesty here. That was cool. That was really cool. Probably one of the best tracks for me on this whole album so far. Definitely the boldest moment so far. Very stark, like declaration of the track's identity, and just what he's trying to say on it. I feel like it was definitely the boldest track so far. I think there's two more for the main album. On track 11,
It's like, oh, bass.
Glimmer.
Cool. You know how you make the bass better? Crank the bass up.
Yeah.
You know how to make the kick drum better? Crank the bass up. And it's like, no, not really.
Once again with this dance sound, man. I like the vibe of this one. It was brief, but yeah, I like it. Yeah, it was like a dance instrumental song, it was nice. The drums of this were Chris, I really like that. But yeah, it was just a dance track. It was nice. Reminded me of some EDM I listened to. Especially like more chill, didn't have like a heavy house vibe to it, but it was kind of reminiscent of it to me. So I really like that. Yeah, it was good for what it is. I think there's one more main album track, and then we have the B-side like extras that a lot of people were saying to listen to as well. I think there's 3 of those. So this is like the final track of like the main album, this next one. 1 more hour. Ooh, 7 minutes. Okay, nice.
Right before all the sun ends, wasn't brave enough to tell you, but there ain't gonna be another chance. It's not one until
Nice. The piano.
and everything's still. The minutes are racing. Whatever I've done,
Ooh, okay.
did it for
Wow.
love. I did it for fun. Couldn't get enough. I did it for fame, but never for money. Not for houses, not for her.
Okay.
For my future children. Until now. How could I love again? How could I ever ask for more? And to the road ahead, into a life I can't ignore. How could I love again? How can I walk this path for sure? With no more time to spend, I know the answer more and more. As long as I can, long as I can, spend some time alone. As long as I can, long as I can, be the man I am. As long as I can, as long as I can, spend some time alone. As long as I can, as long as I can, remember who I am. As long as I can.
songs like this really like hammer home like the reason I love music so much. The way it started so slow, with that melancholic piano, and then building and exploding into something so man, like symphonic overall. Really, like it really reminds me of some classical music structures. The waves of the synths and the drums, the guitar lines, how a lot of it built around that dramatic piano. Very orchestral in a sense to me. And also, is this the song that Don Toliver sampled for Bandit? Because I swear the melody on that part, on the portion with the drum or with the guitar, that was like present through like 60-70% of the song. That sounded like Bandit by Don Toliver. Like that is, I'm pretty sure this is what he sampled, because I was told that he sampled Tame Impala for that song. I'm pretty sure it's this one. It sounded like it. But yeah, that's besides the point. Very emotional closer. Probably one of the most grand songs on the whole album in terms of like the scale and everything. But yeah, man, like the end of something and then something beginning. That idea is very interesting, and also how this reflects differently on the intro title. One More Year. But like as you get older, that's actually crazy. Just one more hour with someone can mean so much more if that might be your last time seeing them, as opposed to one more, just asking for like another year, or just saying, I just needed one more, year to like turn things around. Like that's almost like desperation at that point when you're starting to really run out of time. Wow, this really feels like one of the better albums I've listened to on the channel, honestly. We still got the B-side tracks. It's like 3 more, I think. But wow, yeah, my favorite tracks for sure are Posthumous Forgiveness, Breathe Deeper, On Track I really liked, Is It True I really liked. Man, to end the album off like that is crazy. That was great. Okay, so The Boat I Row, No Choice, so 1 and 2, and then I think track 8 are like the other 3 that were not on the original album. I guess they got cut, but so we'll go The Boat I Row now.
Hard to sell the show and everyone's a pro. Say it's so obvious, but really they don't know. Just like a monster that is only a shadow from which you're already
surprised it didn't make the main album. Cause I mean, obviously, not only is it like really good, but I feel like it honestly has enough narratively that it would have fit the structure of the album pretty well. You know, there's the song's like about independence, right? There's a lot of themes about responsibility here, and almost like gratitude to oneself for being independent, I guess. But yeah, and it had like, you know, the good mix of like the brightness, but also the gravity of like, you know, how serious some of these things are as well. But it's like a pretty optimistic song overall. I'm surprised it didn't make into that like almost middle section. And the melody was catchful enough too to me. Yeah, I like that one. That was nice. I'm surprised that wasn't on the album initially. Next one is No Choice. Okay. Already like the drums. That one is really good. Yeah, that might be one of my favorites actually. Like that's up there for sure. That was really good. I really like the once again like really punchy rhythmic upbeat bass line and the drums on this one. Like sharper percussion I feel like on this track. Really restless overall. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Pretty fast moving pace overall. But yeah, it sounded like an idea thematically of inevitability. Life moves forward whether you're ready or not. Pretty much, I got that. I got that theme overall from most of the album. But I feel like this song definitely hammers that point home. Once again, no idea why this was left off, but I feel like this fits very well with the overall scope and idea thematically of the album. But yeah, I really like the energy of it, but definitely the message of the song, I feel like fits the album really well. Yeah, that was really good. I'm glad I listened to this one as well. So this will be, I guess, the last song, Patience. So let's get into this one. Nice. one, I just really liked the groove overall. That one with the drums, the synths again, synth patterns were really cool. I got like a uplifting feel overall from this one. The atmosphere, you know, it was really bouncy and warm. I feel like a lot of the tracks have been like that, but there's always like at the precipice of it all, like a little like tidbits of either melancholy, sorrow, or just like, you know, more serious tones. It's really interesting how he mixes that feeling so well. And I like how this track was just, you know, just talking about, you know, just letting time do its thing, you know, just trusting the process of everything, easing yourself into change. Man, yeah, that was this whole album was very insightful to me, almost calming in a sense of, you know, I feel like many like younger adults like me, we lose track of time very quickly now, and I don't know, I feel like years start to fly by almost as I'm starting to get older. So I really relate to like a lot of this album really relates to me heavy right now, especially right now, I would say, and with like just other things going on in life. But yeah, this album overall, it's just about time, I guess. That's even like the title of it, I guess, because time goes quickly, but at the same time, even if you feel like you have a lot of time, you never truly have enough. So, you know, like things you want to go do, you should just do them and honestly trust yourself. Like, I don't know, I know so many people that have, you know, things they plan on doing, but never really get to, just because of their own, you know, they kind of hold themselves back in a way. And I feel like I do that to myself sometimes too. So a lot of this album, I think, really resonates heavily with me. I really liked how well produced this one was. Compared to Currents, this is definitely very different, starkly in a lot of different ways. But thematically, I really enjoyed it overall. This is probably one of the better albums I think I've listened to on the channel in general. I really liked a lot of parts of it for their own, you know, unique reasons. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Glad I listened to it. There's a good amount of albums coming out Friday, so I'm gonna try to check some of those out. But let me know in the comments what your favorite track on this was. Any more insights about the album, I'd really like to hear as well. I'm probably gonna look for a live performance of this one because I really like this one. But yeah, expect more of those very soon. And let me know any other albums you want me to check out either this week or next week. Yeah, but that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.